Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the second session of our this orientation session. At the outset, I again welcome to my senior teachers and colleagues. I feel slightly confused also because as my teachers you know better than what I am going to tell, but because there is slight differences there in the distance learning and in the conventional system. So as a duty as a program coordinator, it is my duty to share with you that what is expected as the counselor. So I will be sharing that what is your role as a coordinator and as a counselor, and then what are the operational modalities for running the program, so that ultimately the students who have paid so much of money, they should be properly rewarded. So first thing is, as I mentioned, what is the counseling? If you recall, I mentioned that it is providing support for successful learning or creating an enabling environment for learning experience, and includes both content based and personal counseling. And we said it includes informing, advising and counseling. Now what are the role and functions of a counselor? The first thing is that you are a personal point of contact for the distance learner. I mentioned that the distance learner is like Eklavya, but now with the age of empowerment, with the globalization, we also feel like ODL, which could be like a disadvantaged learner, should be taught better, and he should not be engrossed only in the books. So you are the mentor for him. You are a personal point of contact for the distance learner. That is the first thing. And you have to provide tuition or counseling to him in person and at a distance. My request to the teachers will be that please tell him whatever query is there, even if at odd time. You should make them feel ease or be friendly with them and build their confidence. So here the objective is not to teach them, but to build their confidence and maintain the motivation level properly. I have seen because as you know, the Ministry of Food Processing Industries has given us the 5 program, and the first program was Diploma in Value Added Products from Fruit and Vegetables. In the last year when we ran that program, there were students of the mixed group, students from commerce, from law graduates and even some other, and you will be surprised to know that the law and art students were doing much better, and because they were the adult learners were there, and they performed very good marks in the microbiology and even the post harvest handling, because they were the adult learners were there. And then you have to tell them, when you are a counselor, they will come with some common problems, so you have to motivate them. The problems could range that I don't get the time, when I go from the factory or when I go from the office, I cannot devote much time. The problem of my wife's problem is there, or office problem is there. So you have to tell them that these are some common worries, but once you want to achieve something, you have to go above. Then you have to create an environment that you are not a teacher. You are more as a mentor, and you are not him to assess the things, but you are there to promote and sustain his motivation. We have to provide him as a good study skills, that how to study well. Here I would like to mention, there is a difference in your mixed group also. You may see a large number of, or at least 50% students will be some adult learners is there, and what we call them, the pedagogy is different. We call them as andragogy. Now when you deal with the adult learners, they create their own self-concept, and they go for the self-directness. They are not dependent on anything. And to a lighter side, this self-directedness ultimately leads to ego also. But then our role as the counselor is that we respect his self-directedness. Whatever he is doing, let him allow. The second thing, when you have to teach them, either in theory or practical, the role of experience becomes very important. In this sense, if you have a learner who has all right, please welcome Hyderabad. Please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please welcome.
Dr. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Please speak, sir.
I got doubt regarding practicals.
Right. What is the doubt, please?
The expenditure for practical sessions, we have enrolled nearly 46 students. What
Right.
you have mentioned 25 students per. So how many batches we have to make? I want to know it, sir.
No, because as per your regional director will be able to tell you better about this. But as per the norms, if the students are more than 20 to 25, so you can go for the 2 batches. Right? Like for our science practicals.
Hello, sir. At the same time, what is the per batch, per session? What is the expenditure for consumable?
Consumable, I said that rupees 400 is there for 8 sessions, and so it comes for 8 session, that is 50 rupees per student. It is there for 1 session, and depending upon the students enrolled. So if it is 20 students are there, so you multiply with 20, it will be around 1000 will be there.
46.
Okay.
Right? We have seen, like it's very good that you have raised the question. If we have seen, we have done the calculation. The fees we are charging to the students. Ultimately, when we do the calculation, this 8,000 is going to the money to the each study center, including the counseling charges and to the what the payment we are making. So we are only asking even the cost is coming more than what we are charging the students. Each of the study center will be almost getting per student around 8,000 to 9,000 will be getting, right? And then we are charging around 8,000, and that is based on the around 20 student at the cost. If the students are less, then it is a loss to the university, and if the students are more, it is almost optimum level. So this cost analysis what we have done is based on. So you need not worry about the expenditure and other things, and this is an experimental basis. The way you will be running the program and will be getting the feedback that how much expenditure you are making, then these could be revised also, right? So I was telling, I hope this satisfied your question. I'll continue, otherwise if you have some more queries, the queries are welcome, please. Then you have to give importance to the experience. I was telling, if you have a plant operator, so then you tell him to demonstrate the things, or share his experience, or let him demonstrate the things. And we have seen they are ready to learn. I was mentioning that in fruit and vegetable, the good performers are those who were the adult learners are there, and they want the problem centered learning. If you will give them explain the topic in the terms of problems, like if when you manufacture ghee, why the burning takes place, why sometimes you get the good smell or the bad smell, why it gets early ripening takes place, so lipolysis takes place. So with the problem based approach, they learn better is there. Now this is the instructional input or channels of delivery IGNOU has. You can see in this graph the instructional input is there. Then we have a multimedia package under which the self-learning material is there, and then the counseling is there, audio video package is there. So this type of graph, a multimedia mode exists to the learner for the purpose. Now what are the qualities of an academic counselor? Once you are the coordinator, and if all the teachers are almost same qualifications, then what you will expect as the qualities, what we call them in a wage, in a very simple term, it is a warmth. First thing is he should be warm. He should accept the learners in whatever ways they are, because they are not of high quality learners, are not, because some of the learners will be drop out after 10th class, some of the learner will be rural youth will be there, some will be the adult learners, and some will be the entrepreneurs also who are running their own profession. Yes please, Hyderabad, welcome.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes please.
We have this timetable we have received for the 7 to 18, up to 7 sessions only.
Yes.
Then the continuation, actually how many sessions we should be in contact with the students
No, like I
for
mentioned,
theory classes?
for theory we have to schedule 20 counseling sessions. For each course,
20, sir?
20. For each course there is a 8. For each course we have 2 times. So 16 is required. Then the other is only that you can do the orientation, then final revision is there. So for first course, first 8 courses you do at one stroke. Actually what we have done is, because we have sent only the course material for the 6, so we have given for the 6. For 7 and 8, because the study material will be available after 2 months, so we have not scheduled them. So what you can do is, after doing the...
Thank you, sir.
Pardon?
Sir, we have another, sir.
Yes, please.
Can we introduce any dress code for them, sir, for practical purposes?
Yes, yes, that will be very welcome. Because whatever as a dairy technologist you feel like, the dress code will be very good, right? But then it should
Sir,
not
another
be...
thing, sir, we want to suggest a small implant training program for them.
No, because there
Can
are...
we do that, sir?
You can do, because I said there are 80 sessions are there. So some of the practicals, if you can conduct them early, you schedule for 1 week training, practical implant training, and that's why you can schedule the implant training also. Because this, I am again making a request, this led to all the teachers who are involved in dairy technology, that this is a type of, take this as your one of the extension activity. You will be also developing human resource for the dairy industry. Maybe because in the practical, we are working in a government system, the payment norms may not be very heavy, but my request will be, you take this as a personal challenge to develop an entrepreneur in the dairy technology, develop a technician, a manpower who are becoming obsolete in the system, because they can play an important role in the quality and for the export oriented of the things is there. So you take this as an export, whatever freedom you want to take. I mean, say there is a lot of flexibility is there, subject to the approval from the regional center and to the from the school. So you can arrange the flexibility, you can arrange some of the sessions, because if you take out the visit to the different plants, visit to dairy plants, that comes to around 5 to 8 sessions are there. So for that 8 to 10 sessions you can arrange as the in-plant training, where they can do the different things are there, right? I hope I am satisfying you, or the doubts are clear. Then I was telling the genuineness. You should be, I mean, say when they raise some query, generally you address this queries, because you should not hurt the feelings of the adult learners, and you should have empathy. If the demand is genuine, you try to address as far as possible is there. And most of the demands, what our experience is there, adjusting the timetable, adjusting the schedule, depending upon your convenience. Like what is it is there, sometimes the students are not able to come on Saturday. So my friend from the Odisha, what he has done is, he is arranging the practical from 4 to 6 or 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So that way he has scheduled most of the practicals, and that may be suitable to you also. Because I know in many of the laboratory practicals in the traditional system, 2 to 5 laboratories are free. So you can arrange during 2 to 5 and then see the things, right? Then what are the checklists for the academic counselor? The first thing is he should be able to give warm and friendly welcome to the students. He should make the learners feel at ease. Then assure them that we are concerned about them. We have to, as I mentioned, the student is there is a problem of isolation, because they don't interact with the peer group. So you tell them that they are not lonely, and you are able to accept the learners without any biasness. So these are the checklists. The counselor who is more friendly, who is more welcoming the problems of the students, he should be given the responsibility of this. Then he should be open, undefensive, honest to the course. He should empathize with the students. He should be sensitive to their demands, and the most important thing is he should be able to build their confidence. and he should be able to find out that what he can do for the learners. Because when you constantly interact with the students, interact with the learner, that's why we use the word learner, not the students, because it is a different range of the group of students there, and we have to respect their adultship and their learning concern. Now, when you organize the counseling session, what type of approach you should follow? We don't have to lecture. As I mentioned earlier, we have to provide facilities to learn together, that we have to create an environment of learning together, or learning the things is there. So that is the one thing. We try to approach group learning techniques. In the sense, you don't have to take class when you go for the class. You issue the topic. That is when you, in the last class, that's what I said, the first will be orientation. Then whatever course you will be going to take in next session, you tell them, the students, that you go through the session and come prepared with the things. And then you discuss the topic, debate the things, and clarify their doubts. Like if the examples of the nutritional importance are there, then you ask the questions that what is the nutritional importance of milk, what will be the milk products which will be nutritional importance. Similarly, when the microbiological aspects are there, just see that what are the spores, what are the anaerobic spores, what is the intoxication. So these type of things is there, and try to use audio and video material. And what we will be trying to do, we will try to arrange interactive sessions of theory counseling through teleconferencing on Tuesday, or at least once in a month, so that some course material we are able to cover, and their load is less on you and the students will be there. Now coming to the counseling practical. Now in the practical, you have to see that, because the success of the program will depend upon if you have to create interest among the students. You have to see that they do the practicals as of their own interest, that is, there is a enthuse them for doing the practicals. That's why what we have done is, after the first course, we went to the we have scheduled some of the practicals which could be of interest to students, and we didn't cover the course 2, because where the lot of demonstration is there. So if you can arrange the practicals relating to milk reception, milk processing, packaging and distribution, this could be just like they could relate with them, that yes, I can start this type of entrepreneur. Preparation of khoa, preparation of ghee, or some of the paneer, or making of the cheese, mozzarella cheese. So these practicals, when you arrange in the early sessions, this could be of interest to the students. But if you arrange many of like microbiological practicals, or where that which is more of their academic interest, then the level of interest will also go down. The students should be encouraged to assess their own results, and they should be able to identify what type of errors they are making, because our objective is as a technician to see so that they are able to control the process. They are able to identify that what mistakes they were doing in handling the equipment or in the process management is there. Now how you will schedule your thing is there. The first step will be, what my request will be, at least be familiar with the curriculum. The counselor himself should be familiar with the curriculum. I submitted that first thing is you must read the program guide quickly and tell the students that they should be thorough with the program guide. Then you should be covered with each teacher should be clear about the course objectives and course content, because I mentioned this program consists of 8 courses. So each of the counselor, for each course, he should be clear that what is the objectives, what are its contents is there. Then for arranging the practical, what type of manpower you will be requiring, what type of assessment is there, whether some video programs are available or not. At present we are in process of developing the video programs, but I can understand some of the good websites are available under FAO, where the material is available for the students is there. Then so that is the first thing, you are familiar. I think you will not need much of the subject knowledge in this, but then you should be thorough with what is there in the contents is there. Then the pre-lab preparation. when as the pre-lab preparation you have to do is, because the time is less, within the 4 hours you have to demonstrate and see that the students do themselves also. So that is the important point, the time management is there. So optimize the time availability. You see that laboratory staff is there, the raw material has been well prepared, pre-processing of food items. Pre-processing means like if you take, you're making ice cream, some type of aging you have done before. When you're making ghee from the ripened cream, ripening has been done beforehand. Similarly, when you are doing the inoculation or something, the starter culture of it is well at the room temperature, stock solutions are prepared, equipment have been well arranged. So this is there, right? Then raw material and conditioning, availability of water supply, electricity, gas could be there, or whatever alternative sources is there. So that is the pre-lab. So first was the familiarity with the curriculum, second is the pre-lab preparation is there. The third aspect is briefing and guiding the learners. So you have to brief the learner that what is the practical. I think you know for each course we have the practical manual is there. So that you tell them beforehand, the students, that once they are coming to the practical, they should be read this practical. Then you can ask them that what is this practical, so that you can come to know that the learners are well prepared and what practical it is going to do. Then you have to explain them what type of observations they have to make, what entry in the record book, and how what is to be checked, so they can get. Because this is very important, because each practical will be assessed. You will be giving the numbers to the students for each practical, and that comes the part of the guided experiment. 70% weightage is there. Then you have to observe the students. If they feel handling is very important, then you have to guide them. Like common mistakes they do in the closing the equipment, is there, so you have to correct them. At this stage only, these type of problems particularly come in physical, in chemistry practicals, in microbiological practicals, and even all the handling the equipment also. Then you see, because these are the technician, we have to see how do they perform with the psychomotor skills, whether they are good in opening the screws, in opening the parts, assembling, reassembling, and you have to assess them. My request will be you maintain open channel of discussion with them so that you can understand their problem, right? Then checking the laboratory records. Once they have made the entry, you check them the laboratory records. And I will give the examples in some of in our courses where the assignment is compulsory, the students are asked to write the practicals, so that once he is writing, he is knowing the many of the things are there. Then you assess the student. The other aspects which I am making as a professional request to you, kindly cover some theory component of this course also, because as per the IGNOU norms, the study material the students should be able to learn, comprehend themselves. That's why theory counseling is very less. But as you know, the dairy technology course, the study material which we have prepared, slightly it is the contents are heavy and may need some guidance. So when you are covering the practical counseling, try to cover some theory counseling also, at least address to the students' questions. Whatever the doubts they have, or basic principles you try to explain, and at whatever the questions they have been given, the answers have been already given, but you can check them. So this is the counseling, the practicals. Now what are the tips for the counselors? Now, as I mentioned, these learners are isolated learners. They will have lot of reservation of opening up to you. So you have to open up to them. How to open them? You keep their contact points, and if they are not coming to you, you be in touch with them. You should be also available with the courseware and assignments. I would like to inform that for this course, particularly this program, all the courses do not have the assignments. Otherwise we call them the assignments. For this there are no assignments are there, only term and examination is there. You have to maintain slightly with you have to maintain the record of the counseling schedule which you have done, whatever the discussion you have tell them. And you have to initiate the discussion normally and prepare a calendar of activities for yourself is there. Other thing what I am going to request, please tell the students to keep a watch on our website, IGNOU website, www.ignou.ac.in, and also be in touch, you also be in touch with the IGNOU side, and particularly School of Agriculture or Dairy Technology. You can send your email to me. We already given the address. Otherwise, we again will be sending you when the email is there. My email address is very simple: mksaluja SALOOJA @ignou.ac.in. Otherwise, you can send your queries to School of Agriculture also. We'll try to address. You can make the request regarding your problems to our regional centers. They will be in contact with us. Right? You will follow with the students who didn't come for the induction meeting, and to conclude that, present yourself as an ideal counselor. Try to build the confidence among the students, sustain and motivate them, and listen to their problems is there. And don't hesitate to follow with the learners is there. Right? Now, how do you check examination? What is the examination pattern? This should be known to you. As I mentioned, we have a 50% weightage to theory, 50% weightage to practical. For theory, there is no continuous evaluation. We have the assignments for many courses, but because for undergraduate courses, the assignments were stopped. Because what we observed, the students used to copy the assignments from one of the learners, so the purpose was not being attained. So now there will be only term and examination is there. So that will be in December for the students who have enrolled there. And for that, they have to submit the examination form. There is no fee, but they will have to submit the examination form, which will be in some September. Otherwise, like last year what happened, many of the students didn't fill the examination form and they couldn't take the examination. The next question the students may be asking, where to send the examination form. The examination form is to be sent to our Maidangari Student Registration and Evaluation Division. All this information has been given to in the program guide, and whom to contact for what problem. So you tell the students to there. Then in practical, 100% weightage is there, and this is broken into two parts: guided practicals and unguided practicals. Guided practicals mean whatever practicals we have listed there, so those are the practicals which is there. And unguided practical, that is I mentioned 30% weightage, is the last day experiment. What the students, you will be giving to students who they have to perform. So 30% weightage is to the last day practical, and 70% weightage is to all the practicals which he will be doing for that particular courses. Around 10 to 15 practicals there. Then each practical, how you will assess is, that is also is there, weightage is given. The students which they perform, particularly how they perform, the weightage is 40%. How do they report into the thing? 20%. Vivosa is 20%, and record is 20% is there. So in this you can ask the questions, problem solving skills. So that is the weightage is there. And for the unguided practicals, the weightage is 50% for the actual performance, reporting is 25%, and 25% is the Vivosa. My request will be that you send the name of the coordinator is supposed to send the name of the examiners, or the name of the examiners who will be for the unguided experiments, and this has to be approved by the school board. So you send the name of 1 to 2 the counselors. They may be the counselor, but he should not be the counselor. Within the program study center, who are the other teachers, they could be the examiners, and they could come and then take the examination, right? And for each practical, again this slide shows you that the standard, like if there is a preparation of the solutions are there, like in our practical there is a preparation of 0.1 standard solution is there, 0.1 NaOH is there. So how does he prepare the standard solution? 2 marks. Then titration 2 marks. How does he report it? Calculation and result, maintenance of record. So that breakup is also, this way you can Each practical you can give the marks based on the 10 marks. And where there are no, I would say, titration and other things are there, just see how he operates the instrument, how does he makes the diagram, whether he identifies the important parts properly or not. So that way the 10 marks distribution you can do it. We have sent in the guideline, but that could be independent also. Then the examination, the students will be given the overall grade with this grade. If above 80% is A, 60 to 80, 79% B, and 50 to 60% is C, and less than 50% student will fail. So my request will be that the per pass level is 50% is there. Then this 50% is independent for the term end, that is theory examination, independent for the practical. So, but for the guided, unguided experiments, total he should get the 50% marks, and in aggregate also the pass percentage is 50%, so that he should be able to maintain the 50% in all the three things. And in practical, again I repeat, for the guided and unguided experiments, the total marks should be above 50% is there. Now, as a distance learner, what you have to tell him, that he should be the responsible learner. He has to be motivated, he should have positive attitude, and should set the goal of clearing the courses. And what we have faced, the time management is very important in this. You tell the students that they should be able to read 15 hours a week. Besides the counseling session, he should independent. That is almost a block he should be able to finish within a week. So tell them that that should be the target, that one block in a 1 week he should be able to read. And then what we call them the SQ3R technique. He should quickly survey the study material, read the question, recall and review, make the notes. Even the printing of the book is such a way that on the sides he can write the notes and he can understand the notes is there. Counseling norms I have already mentioned, but particularly for this session I repeat, with so much of load of academic and administrative load, the counseling norms are this. For each theory lesson, theory counseling session, that is of 2 hours and 30 minutes, the counselor will get 300 rupees. Similarly, for a 4-hour practical counseling session, it is rupees 400. For laboratory assistant will be rupees 100 for 4-hour session, and laboratory attendant is rupees 70. Laboratory usage charges is rupees 400 per day. The program in charge is paid, our coordinator is paid rupees 1500 per month is there. The conveyance allowances in the range of 100 to 300 rupees per month. Administrative support is rupees 7500 per annum. Consumables is rupees 400 per learner for 8 sessions is there, right? So these are the counseling norms which have been approved, and these are the norms which are for our BSc practicals. And for this, for diploma also, because we thought, because this diploma is a professional course and its norms should be equivalent to BSc, particular biology practicals, norms are equivalent to that. The next question comes, what are the modalities for payment is there? These modalities will be explained by the regional director in detail, but some of things we have consolidated for your purpose. That is, that each study center will maintain a cash book and impress register, and payment should be made through the account page check. Whatever payment you are making, please make it through the account page checks as far as possible is there. The program in charge is responsible for dealing all the financial aspects of the program, right? Now, as far as IGNOU is concerned, you need not take the permission for spending IGNOU's money from your head of the department is there. I would say you can spend the money as per the IGNOU norms, and you need not take the approval. These things will be explained by the regional director, but then you can again ask them, and the details are given in the MOU also. So, as per the IGNOU norms, you need not go to your head of department or the head of the institution for spending the money. You can spend as far as IGNOU is concerned. Now then, how will you get the money? Modes for seeing the money. you will get the money from your regional centers. The regional director will be giving. The head-wise details, norms and performa shall be given by the concerned regional directors. So that is the thing. So you request the regional director, he will be giving. Then bank account. The program study center will open the bank account in name of IGNOU, and for that purpose, opening a bank account, the certification and authorization shall be given by the regional center. Many of the ICR institutions, those who are running the program study center for the diploma in fruit and vegetables, like CE, Central Institute of Agriculture Engineering, then post-harvest technology at Ludhiana, many of the agriculture open universities, Odisha open universities, so many of the government institutions, State Institute of Agriculture Management, so they have opened the account, and the authorization is given by the regional director. So you will get the regional authorization of regional director for opening the account. Then you can draw the advance from the impressed mode. I think because many of the teachers are very senior teacher, how do we draw the impressed from our own institution? Same way you can draw the advance with the our regional center for conducting the practical, and recouping of the advance, that you submit the monthly statement and your monthly impressed bill will be recouped after you have spent the 60% of the money will be there. Because these operational norms are dealt by the regional service division, so my request to the regional directors would be that kindly explain the norms to them, the performance which are to be handled by them. Then the academic and administrative performance, as I mentioned, the regional director will be advising and guiding you about the academic and administrative performance which is to be filled is there. Now only the program in charge or coordinator will be filling up all the performance and sending it to the regional director or to the concerned unit will be there. Right? Mostly the performance are to be submitted to the regional director, or some of the things which to the student registration and evaluation division registrar is there. Conveyance I mentioned is based on the city, rupees 30, 20, rupees 10 per day is there. Now conveyance for the farm visits or plant visits, so the students will have to make their own arrangement for reaching into the place, but the counselors will get the money, right? Then the other question is the payment norms if the students don't come for the theory classes. Again, this will be explained by the regional center. Normally for the other courses, the practice is for the first time or second time, if the students are not present, the full time amount is paid to the counselors. But if the consequently 3 times the students are not coming for the theory counseling, local conveyance is paid to the paid when the students are absent 3 times successfully. Now then the PSC should go for sensitization and intensive counseling of the theory counseling of the students. Now the arrangement for practical should be prepared on the basis of the student practical in last 2 to 3 sessions. So my request will be, don't waste the money, because don't make the arrangement. Just see, we have made the attendance compulsory. 75% attendance is compulsory. So students will be coming. But the open and learning system, there is a lot of break. I mean say what we call them, the students leave dropout rate is very high. I mean say the students, instead of when the students are 40, they may come to only 30 students may come consistently. So you just watch for 2 to 3 days and accordingly make the arrangement for practical, because the things are very expensive. The chemicals, the raw material, and should not go waste is there. The payment norms for the consumables is normally on the base of the students enrolled, and as I mentioned earlier, it is rupees 400 per learner for 8 sessions. And believe me, the amount is not less. As I mentioned earlier, when we did the counseling, if you are enrolling around 20 students, per student you will be getting around 8,500 per learner, and that amount is not, that includes the counseling cost also, that is that the teacher who will be teaching theory, practical counseling, the total expenditure which university will be making, the per study center will be getting. The question may be in your mind, what about the breakage? Now, whatever help university can do, that is what university can do is, we can stop their result, we can do them, whatever you want to charge them is, if you report to us, whatever we try to, but normally, if the breakage is there, you try to recover them from the students, is there. And this you can announce them, like the Hyderabad, the PSC from Hyderabad asked dress code. Yes, you can ask for that dress code and try to maintain, because I as a dairy technologist also feel, and I think my colleague Dr. Sindhu will also feel, and we all feel, that it is the quality become aspects which is becoming important in dairy technology. That's why the focus on clean milk production and government lot of emphasis is being given on this. Now, as I mentioned, external examiner names, you can make the proposal for the unguided experiment, the teachers who are working there, the PSC, but he should not be the counselor. So for the course 2, who is the counselor, he can become the, for the course 1, or within the faculty you can select the other teachers, right? Now to conclude, if you please work out, there are 8 courses, and for each courses try to arrange the things in 8 to 9 sessions. 72 sessions are available with you. Try to arrange the 72 sessions, all the practicals, and even visit to things. If you are not able to arrange the things at your end, please take them to plant, because the market value of the students, the program, and your will be depending upon the skills you are imparting them. Now this schedule, what schedule we have sent is the only model schedule. You can structure the things even within the practicals, like if you want it on the Khoa day itself, you can make all the value added products like gulab jamun or other products, you can do on same thing. Similarly, when you are making paneer and chana, you can make simultaneously, want to demonstrate, you can do that also. So there is a flexibility is given to the coordinator. As far as the university is concerned, we wish that all the 32 practicals are there, and these sessions you have to arrange. That is, you organize 20 theory sessions, 80 practical sessions is to be there, and unguided practicals is to be there, and 8 days for each practical you have to organize that. Then again I conclude that you create an enabling environment for the learners, and you have to do the content learning, and personalized counseling is there, and the 3 roles which you have to do. So with this I conclude. I think there could be a lot of queries, so please ask the questions if it is there. Otherwise, because this is the program which has been given by Ministry of Food Processing Industry, and we are running the programs as a human resource for the dairy technology profession. So there could be a lot of hurdles, as I can understand, maybe from your institution level, and there could be a lot of barriers, but I request you that keep in mind that distance learner is a type of a disadvantaged learner. He is like a Eklavya. So you as a professional teacher, do and advise them, be a mentor, and this could be a good extension activity for you, and where you will be developing a good entrepreneur for the dairy technology profession. I again thank you for taking out your valuable time. I thank my colleague Dr. Sindhu also, who came specially for this purpose. We all are thankful to you for sparing your holiday and attending to this. Maybe there are certain queries. Please send your email to address to us or through the phone. We'll be welcoming you. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you.